knows Professor Rajmohan because he was the Vice Chancellor of Yale University. So, and he was Professor of Chemistry, Manipur University for many years. And so, best orator in science.
Yeah.
You can narrate very interesting stories of scientists. Sir, please take your.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go.
This hat has a
Center Malaysia.
pointer.
Pointer.
Then slides at
Up and down. Okay. A very good afternoon, respected Professor Siamoba, former Vice Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor Jakendra, former Dean, School of Mathematical and Physical Sciences, Manipur University, Professor Nimai, esteemed teachers, scholars, and students. My talk will be in a very, very lighter band, no mathematics, no philosophy. Just I am giving the impact of quantum science in the recent developments and the developments yet to come also, future of science.
Actually, deliberate spelling.
Tell me.
Is it deliberate or mistake? One time.
오버난지 안강문 시험을 또 있는구나. 안강문 시험을 또 있. 말이. 야. 나때보자. 뭐 빈도를 쓰잖아. 호비 빈도 건강 시민. 관 안강문 신나 시험만. So today in the year 1960 only, Professor Miment of United States of America could construct this ruby laser, the first laser, ruby laser. Aluminum trioxide based laser was first introduced in the year 1960, though theoretically predicted and mathematically confirmed, but experimental came very late, 1960. And when Albert Einstein, this C.V. Raman, Professor C.V. Raman, who got the Nobel Prize for his secondary ray or Raman effect, it was in 1928, February 28, 1 a.m., he and his collaborator or student K.S. Krishnan could discover this secondary ray or Raman effect, the partial exchange of energy between matter and energy. That was confirmed, and Raman could explain that quantum mechanically as well as classical amaze. How this idea came through Raman, partial exchange of energy. When you pass a photon to a media, and when after scatter, in addition to the original photon, some extra photons are coming, which are less than or higher than. In addition to that, original Einstein was amazed to see Raman effect. So he could brought Nobel Prize in India in the year 1930. That was the first Nobel. He was the first Nobel laureate in physics in the whole Southeast Asia, not only in India, in the whole Southeast Asia. Raman was the first Nobel laureate in physics. So this is the spectrum he made by himself. He spent 200 rupees from his own pocket and prepared this Raman's spectrograph and brought this Nobel Prize using mercury arc as a source. But later on, it's so refined now in the interpretation of the spectra also. So laser Raman spectroscopy, laser's revolution came up, and Professor Michio Kaku from China, and Michio Kaku from this Japan, I think, Japan and many others. Professor, one of the professor, he is very much famous in this spectrochemical, the editor, I forgot the name. They had done very good work on Laserman spectroscopy. So earlier, after the Nobel Prize was given, Laserman spectroscopy was very tedious process. So nobody was interested. But after coming laser, it has been revived. And so now also, so many applications are there for this Raman spectroscopy, and it is also applications of this quantum mechanics, quantum science. So Ahmad Jewell In 1999, he got Nobel Prize in chemistry for being the first to reveal the decisive moments of the chemical reaction, the moments when chemical bonds are broken and formed. Jewell's technique uses what can be thought of in this dynamics. This is reaction side, this is product side, this is transition state. So the dynamics of transition state was very difficult to prove. What is the time factor here? In the what type of when this chemical reaction is occurring at the transition period, bone is partially broken and partially forming. At this transition state, it's very difficult to measure. He could observe this. He could identify the dynamics of chemistry at the transition state. That's why he got Nobel Prize in 1919. So it is very, very interesting, his history also. And Professor Nimai presented me one book that is Voyage Through Time. That is the life story of this Professor Ahmad Jebel, the first Nobel laureate of Egypt. Very interesting, his that life story. So their details are given. So that is also because of coming of this laser only. He came to America from Egypt and got this Nobel Prize, femtochemistry. So other applications of lasers. Laser is one of the most important one of the best product of the 20th century. With the coming of laser, so many applications in every areas. Say, for example, in the material processing, optical sensing, health care, then optical pumping, displays, then data storage, defense, and many others applications. This Watson himself written in his autography that are important in 90 create more problems. Supposing if one is we are allowing to clone a human being, then it may come like this. Say, for example, here, the ramifications of human cloning are considerable, ranging from silly and human to the fantastic. Prominent athletes from different sports and even different decades may be cloned to create a lucrative dream team. 산업의 프리티비가 월기 아파보고 진 매암생기 콤진 다실래가 살과 안강싱도 애틀레틱 아파보고 매암기 드림 시험고 야구도 위험을 나도리 없이 얌는 루리시 아리가 목실 막하면 하니 wealthy individuals and aging monarchs without Cinderella might vanquish their fortunes and thrones to the clone heresy. 아드나 항상 마살레 제다바 코다바 이낙티 양고 뭐 까무시 마살레 헨 야도리 알몬들이 파티파토리 봐 아도고 행 프로그램지 또보다 parents might choose and might want to clone a child who died from a fatal disease or accident. Accident is 시도가 막 싸움도 보행 갈지. 아니 마이기 셀로 그냥 방어를 마 아무 clone 또르게 되면 안강 방돌이해 봐. 시 아무놈들 아파버디 오해 봐. 거. 마드나 자기 숨먹이와 clone 아는 this Ian Whitman 마기 핵 그는 돌리 폼은 미세. 아메리카들이 누피 아무 그는 폰 또래 뭔다. So Wilmot yargdi aigi isaje amatta leje isaje ngasi shire synchronized to waitar yargdi aigi isaje among tang clone to bior mana sisiga irek adu wari ga lebo ko yam bajaga jan si munung sani wari cloning is aduna sigi another problem is cells may be stolen. Say for example, cells may be stolen from famous or glamorous figures and then sold to the people who want these individual fortune. And then grapes of famous people may be ready to obtain DNA samples capable of being cloned. We kuba우도 후라는 왜 피부라 그래 품물에 비행세. 힌두기 우리 메타도 그래 메타도 품물에 비해서 구세. 아버진 뭐다를 모두 후라를 부기시야. And then dictators create armies of clone soldiers and slaves with great physical strength and but limited mental capability, or human hybrids resembling the nightmares from the island of the Dr. Miru. I said, film the Ukizunda. Sigumagi, Mamma Apostle, Patabus, Mamma, Patamani Hendoresis. Some man of a musical Einstein Tarato, like the same Einstein, come with him. To visit, I see problems. I don't see any man about the Arab, so she always learns up to it. As a she are, we see looking at maps. Oaksham, human Hanik transport of Yogi. Mere with a quick oak, pigs for human beings and Torga, we can transplant over the map, organ transplant the maps. But when we apply to human beings, this is a real problem. She ethical problem. We go yonder in the call. at least tissue culture about the area about tissue culture can test you baby about it. Test you baby about the leg fish have an Sigi matung tau the clones apply to yam danger when. And so in the whole globe, spiritualist the Thazaba Kambu, the religion the base of Kambu Sing, so I'm getting a canap, she did it, we did it, not really. So many ethical problems will crop up. This is a big question. So time, Sigi issue say, young cousin, 9 years. I know, I want to copy him alone times. 9 years, she's young. If you can say one of the congregation. We WT sao với mong đó WT sao cái apa ghê với mong đó sẽ hai bên cái khui lấy bây giờ đi nó có Brazilian bit pam Canadian bit pam hay cái online nó cái lối lấy nó bây giờ mình làm Amazon nó lấy mong đó lấy mi lấy bây giờ ta đi cái yam nó sát đi bộ làm cái này whole civilization sẽ collapse cái phim này and this is very real problem of thought. And recently some of the recent developments like Benki Ramu concerns in machine is very interesting. Mama Samu say India Masani, America le. And my whole gene machine and man mumming told she like the rest to decipher the secrets of the ribosome chemistry in my porridge. And my young position, mana biology is neglect on India language. Biology is very science. Uncle Yog of you. We sit on the white and chemistry, physics, chemistry, mathematics, America, you're going to come. Oh, without biology, you're the successful. Biology is and when this physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology combined to my ribosome could happen, biology could happen, then got Nobel Prize. Very interesting his this book. I would copy left. And Benki Ramakrishna's gene machine, the race to decipher the secrets of ribosome to solve one of the oldest mysteries in science and open a new window on how how life works. Life works must clue scientifically hatareko must clue be in a man old price pierce. And another one Jennifer Doudna. Jin Kate Putobugi, Jin Chije Putobugido. Doudna Siampazavane. And Masigi Punsil Quaita, CRISPR case 9 to Nico, CRISPR case 9, Sigi Jin Caesar food of Winab, and the rest to understand our genetic code. She Kangadore. Sinema Yampazavane, Maga Magin on the PM of the Mamin Core, when she collaborated to Nobel Prize, share to Minabane. And Masina Jin Mamse regulator, court over Chilwanamuxi. Jin regulator went up, but she Namdo and Namaba Magin Metasinaga, and the Jinja heredity Patava Jin Katalaga. I get Ipuboxu, diabetes in the share. I get Ipasu, diabetes sugar. I should diabetes nare. I get other color of Gargati. I get Jinje, Masi Shemung never. Next lock is the Saji Shemun about the Jinji Patavi Lofoga, Apabajin and Motion Doga. Adugin a man Nobel Prize piece. And Jin Caesar put up in very recently, Nobel Prize piece. And then this Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2023 was awarded to these three persons called Mongi, Arigi, Bundy, and Bruce. The applications of quantum dot kinetics very much relevant in our topic for the discovery and the synthesis of quantum dots. Yamna Pazana Kuptan Naina, we can Google as Pagan Yawan, and the area. Yamna Sida PhD Sumnagi, Mogi Awang talk just. She put her, she now carried the Kanehead, Adumogil, we get in lemons, we to Heta impeachment. Manungi Yama Wangba, we Ankagi Natraga, scientific philosophy, me to native impeachment. How these are changing our life. And I see that TV is displayed over the ball scale imaging, the cancer imaging, the tunable light emitting diode, and control of drug delivery sensors. Environmental remediation, fuel sense, quantum information, see that Yam Song, over change the Malakadore, Lafila, Madugi, Putokiba, pioneer with them. They got Nobel Prize in chemistry. And another one is Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine in 2024 was awarded jointly to Victor Ambrose and Gary Connersi for the discovery of microRNA and its role in post-transcriptional gene regulation, seasonal gene regulation lies. And I have Marie Line of Pataring, and I say Yamani. 2003 and 2004 live was in Nobel Prize. People come with Marie Line of artificial intelligence, this gene regulation, gene categorization. I'm Marie Line of Pata. And Moshi Yamna, Pazibo, Wang, Montorish, Nobel Prize period. And then another one, in 2014, 24 again. See, physics and chemistry. See, physics were Pearson now, Hoffinga, Geoffrey Hilton the Pearson. See, the Hoffin his work on neural networks led to the attention of mechanisms which help model focus on relevant data. And Hilton, we also call him godfather of artificial intelligence and cognition. His work on back propagation in 1980s helped machines learn by fine-tuning errors. He's known as the father of godfather of artificial intelligence. They got Nobel Prize in physics. And the second one, this in chemistry also. See, David Parker and Husavis and Ahumse. The winners have acknowledged the ethical aspects of artificial intelligence and have urged strong regulation of the technology. Artificial intelligence ang wang ho si dari mayam thingse masi kitang control to dari ethical problem ang drive si human cloning ki type ta at moi masamo si Nobel Prize phangba masa moi ahum sen har si yari ma kai masi akoi regulate to bi ne ba artificial intelligence the ethical problems thok ta na ba si koi control to ho si natra di machine oine depend to ri beram lag dore adana so Becker received the award for computational protein design and Hassabis and Jumper, co-authors of the artificial intelligence firm DeepMind, they developed an AI algorithm that solves the 50-year protein structure prediction challenges. Protein structure puthok pud 50 years ngamdan la haban asi puthok pud si sina bain my Nobel Prize case. And then dynamic engines of wealth and property. And now the combination of this quantum revolution, biological revolution and the computer revolution, this fuse the wisna. The acceleration of science and technology in this 21st century will necessarily have the vast repercussions on the wealth of nations and our standing of living. Say, for the past 3 centuries, wealth was usually accumulated by those nations which were endowed with rich natural resources or which amassed large amounts of capital. So, the developed countries, rich countries, they depend mainly on the natural resources. And now, the rise of great powers, say for example, the rise of great powers in Europe in the 19th century and the United States in the 20th century follows the classic textbook principle. It is based on the natural resources. Now, it will be changed now. However, Leslie G. Theroux, former dean of MIT Sloan School of Management, has stressed in this 21st century, there will be a historic movement in wealth away from nations with national resources and capital. And he writes, in the 21st century, brain power and imagination, invention and organization of new technology are the key strategic ingredients. And national resources, Singapore population, non-national resources. And Israel, non-national resources. I'm the lady of the Mushi. Immersed to pick a country, I'm the Hogolese. But you see the best when they use this as a kulai. Many nations which are barren of national resources may flourish in this 21st century if they place a premium on these technologies which can give them a competitive edge in the global marketplace. Theroux further said, today, knowledge and skills now stand alone as the only source of comparative advantage. She based on national resource. National resource pay importance comparative advantage long matang. Then the point is that these 3 scientific revolutions, quantum revolution, computer revolution, and biological revolution, are not only the key to scientific breakthroughs in the 21st century, they are also the dynamic engines of wealth and prosperity here. And nations may rise and fall on their ability to master these 3 revolutions. And hariba ahumse revolution ahumse amag wat pada mang thabang amoy. So ahumakse yam darka quantum revolution and then computer revolution and biological revolution. These 3 pulak and the they should be used as key. And again, founder Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, and author of the book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution 2016. Si am phajana si like si am pabe like phangabani Amazon sa you copy le ko. Am phajana si like characterized by these new technologies fusing the physical, digital, and biological worlds, the fourth industrial revolution will impact all disciplines, economics, and industries, and will do so in an unprecedented rate. Yamna, okay, 타자를 말해 가지 지연서 원했다봐. 액다 exponential 나. 왕칼까들이 my contributions. 어머니 부실러 보시나. 가지 따면 또 저거 보내도. yamna, fast right now, very fast. 시들 락더래. In any activity, there are winners and losers. The winners will likely be those nations which fully grasp the vital importance of these three scientific revolutions. Those who could scope at the power of these revolutions may find themselves marginalized in the global marketplace of the 21st century. And 21st century, 단어를 할바 시기 어홈제 요소비 뭐공 어홈제 시다 based or 그들이 합니다. 이 프레디터 지마지 many scientists like 미쇼 카쿠 호이 하라리 호이 마사이 포터 호이 뭐 매암세 이놈이 와칼론 만나요. 시 이놈이 톡과 호라보네. 마시 톨킨이 하비시 타자베스 레보고. So many changes 락도레보. And last time, so this nanoscience and nanotechnology in the third millennium is also very, very important. And Richard Feynman in 1959, while he was giving a talk on the importance of miniature particle, American Physical Society da to omo pibanevo. Richard Feynman 1959 da. Amagi talk he sum statra kwasida. Importance of miniature particle, pick up particle man. Level nano level 10 to the minus 9 centimeter ko nanometer 10 to the minus 9 meter nanometer scale yam da picture ko matanda properties in magul jam ko ngidra adna madugi kanabo yam lakni habi gi wakalon sum sagar sum sasap ko matanda man yam no phajaba statement mo pala that statement is there is plenty of room at the bottom. So this idea was the creation of this nanoscience and nanotechnology. And nanoscience and nanotechnology like we saying about one talk people say, clue people say, research Feynman. Just like say for example, the Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, IISc Bangalore gishi, masigi hanba maruhun bese. The idea was created by Swami Vivekananda. And the institute was established by Jain Tata. Moise America ki journey da amana religion ki satpa, amana technology ki mi pham satpa. Adra moise pun madagi 당는다 파문다고 자하시 듣고 뭐는 플라이트 리고 자하지 파민나 버시다 뭐 인트로듀스 또 나간다 소미 비베칸네 파레 아까노 따따 낭디 파샤스 양 파야버니 이말레바기 동 양 저거 컨트리뷰션 피레 아든 낭 아이나 하제닝부디 낭 살로 아이디 릴리전 차 야고 가 미팅 차파니 아두 낭기디 양 임포र्टेंट 오이 낭나 웨스턴 기 whatever technology 기 레이버 마얌 생시기 시 오이 뭐신낭 아이디어 로르글라오 and you have to start to establish scientific institute in our country. Other big man ideas. Indian Science Bangalore si, Jain Tata Institute right kung nako. Ano masi ano Tata si na magi, IC Bangalore si linkalaga magi inauguration ni si na mama pinto mapita laga masi Swami Vivekananda nishinge man mari sa hi kunthama ko ni sido kore. Nanghudre ba ganito ko siya. Sanggabi si nanghudre. Ano whole Kurdish IC nga si IS Bangalore ISC Bangalore sabang ngami ba si it is because of the Swami Vivekananda. He created the idea. And I'm just doing what his ideas and materialized. It is the first courtesy is giving to Swami Vivekananda and man Pongu in and the ideas see research of nanoscience, nanotechnology, nanomission. Even in India we are having APJ Abdul Kalam already opened one mission go nano mission I told you project lo yo ko nano mission the best no yam important anyway the coming of this nanoscience and nanotechnology is very, very important because it covers in many areas nanotechnology and nanoscience as in cover to the space science the conservation of arts the environment the cosmics the textile information technology fuel cell light emitting devices voltaic applications sensors nanomedicine and nanobiotechnology and cancer hyperthermia covers every aspect of day-to-day life. The scenery of Mayam things. The nano sang the young agriculture sector, young as Amadi young Sunatra. Mayam things. Uncle Walne who like to change Mayam things. Hung up never young. And masigi courtesy we have to give to see Rashad Payman, the great physicist, the way courtesy people toy. And sige, chemical nano structure, Sabada, my ambition electronics and computer, food science and technology, the agriculture sector, energy generation, the information technologies, IBM. When IBM is advertising now, big picture IBM tells you whatever dictionaries, encyclopedias, books, journals are available in the whole globe. Whether we may be able to store in a pinhead, shell pin drop when store to drive big question advertise IBM na. How you see? At the year research timing my photo telling him. And she uncle Wallaman and she like she man can hit she like cosmetics, the live and the smart materials and the smart shards. My ammo she conservation of arts with the coming of this nanoscience and nanotechnology. This the RBN pens, Mogul pen singse, even with Tasman pen puran, pen, my am singse, or another research material wherever. See, UNESCO has already announced that now is the time for the intervention of science and technology for culture and heritage. And how we research 1860s, Michael Faraday's Sagiba, Colwood Mayam Singse, Masin Pen Sangeva, Fonga Sangamba, Madu how you demo research on them. Come on to who form you cook in. You want a nanometric will, but then was Kangavi one, 40 leraba. I don't know, Albert Michael Farad and Sagiba, Pen Mayam Singse. And Mayam known a Putogan loin painting, Mugoli Pazeriba, Arigia Wigi, Padapadomayam, Giangan and Nenogi size the lamb. I'm going to walk on the rear. And the science, nanotechnology for culture and heritage or conservation of arts, so young kind of Kutan. And how you think as concrete industries like the environment, Kairi Hammer, how you painting say, no one among cities, as also woman, she paints, the compulsory tar and quality. She paints shapes here and chlorofluorocarbon problem. Carbon dioxide problem. She said that thing with simple element with him. And purifier with concrete industries now will be purifier of environmental pollution. I think it's the lactore, see how you CS lamb. As I all are based on this nano. And I see PNC Gari car wash guys later, and I say, like home, then I'm just somewhere. She PNC sang him. I do my Matam lactore. The matter is space and science, I'm sound science lactore. And then nano biotechnology and nanomedicine, pharmaceuticals and medical products, she the home of change my own. Why they not level person with the coming of these carbon nanotubes? Carbon nanotubes sings lapon and Lermagi, Wiggy, Basiki, artificial muscles, conductive films, solar cells, are the superconductors at room temperature. Since my answers that applied to the carbon nanotubes in a Mating Pang, the Sisum node price panapong, graphene the otherwise, my thought, the medical science. Nanomedicine is the medical application of nanotechnology. So we cannot nanobiotechnology refers to the intersection of nanotechnology and biology. See how you see. Yam sawa pilama where abonepsis. I don't know. See matang lagwada and the sensors, so many sensors are coming. And the karam jagada cancer is tapped on legs when detect with these sensors. So many sensors are coming up. So DNA sensor, enzyme sensor, a computer sensors are to whole sensor, biosensor, immunosensor, synesthesia, Lapori, eject locations, Hibangamba. And with the drug delivery system, robot, and micro robot, these nanomaterials will be used as a nano robot. As long as drugs multi load to we have. As long as I magnetize the Holaga, drugs poor, Asungi, sensors in Harmasaki, tarify the laying company. The external magnetic film anywhere inject or blood circulation, drugs secretary. I don't do a forensic drug and say Mapaya, open talk. He actually Tadrogothina. I don't know what drug delivery system. Just only the location. She's up channel, she's a target. The cancer cells to Karaga. Norman cell became Kailo. I see the Nakoyana we cannot talk on the race. 시대지 여기 얌 레벨 한 소리 시계에 얌 정신나래 보는 시계에 접사는 방법 또 시계 스파이온스 super paramagnetic iron oxide nanoparticles see akwai su khare to ko myself also doing some work on this area in collaboration with some there is a professor Ragumani Baki who akwai myam pulaga whether she hyperthermia si akwai na work to si akwai na some of my works are in this area si am bajana successful oi hela cell breast cancer akwai sigi sida akwai na biocompatibility han check to ba akwai sarve nanoparticle me ai laboratory sar sida ko chemistry department adu masi whether these compounds nanoparticles spion sing say whether they can be used for the cancer cells to have seen yagada sigi work ko kar sataje ba ko and some publications are made in the Royal Society of Chemistry American Chemical Society aduga akwai ki Springer and okay Ellsberg the ayama ko a couple of papers akwai phong bang ba aduna si am interesting of area ho si am kan sanction area sing Ragumani akwai one of our student he is also doing very good work in Babatumi Research Center so si am na important over area ne si lo se and my healthcare is targeted drug delivery has masi ho si ne am kan khut than si de dong rani anu si this is the model nanoparticle then multi-loaded with drugs and this will inject and it will store the cancerous cells without damaging the normal cells. Adugin ako biocompatibility and check to. Madu ako isway ng manata ba nina we have take help from IITs. We are taking help from all India into medical science and many other premier institutions by collaboration with our pullagu to una. And the Christian Growth Center under University Chennai. Mayam si ako punsila ba duga. Work to successful way si. And si am na interesting area. Anyway, to conclude, based on the cutting-edge research of today's foremost scientists at top laboratories around the world, we can predict a future in which science and technology will revolutionize our lifestyles. And 2010 gi akwai American Scientific America gi volume number 10 pabi madu yawni how science and technology will revolutionize the 21st century. I'm talking about a special issue of Scientific America. Madura yawri long yawre nenogi adi high risk mayang adi superconductors at low room temperature and artificial life yawri. Even climate change also one of them. Anyway, with this background, I would like to thank you all. Thank you very much.
We are going with right time, no problem. So we thank Rajmohan for highlighting the 21st century futuristic traits of our civilization. So the question is, we should cope up. We can also go along with this or not. So that is the point. So let us hope. We may come out from small local bickering and join this global effort. So I present.
Thank you.
So next is Wazar Doren supposed to speak, but he spoke somewhere, so he wants to take race for some
sure.
time. So the last one, Professor, Dr. Sri
Microphone.
from Impal College, you please speak first. Then after that, Doren will speak, please. Wazar wrote a very thick book, Mathematical Physics. So very thick book, Mathematical Physics, very useful. Where it is available? You speak something about your book first? No, you speak first and just continue. You start with this book. Little bit. So
First of all, I would like to salute my former teacher, Professor C. Amuba Singh. And then I am to give respect to all assembled in this hall. The book Professor Nimai has introduced is Special Functions and Fourier Series with Boundary Value Problems and Cup Fitting, written by me, and it is available worldwide in the form of Google ebook, Kindle edition, and paperback. The websites available this book are Amazon.in India, Texar India, ABE Books India, Google Books, Bookswagon India, Research and Markets United States, Bedmas Books India, Marypustak.com India, Flipkart India, Booktopia Australia, Amazon.ae UAE, eBay, William Dam Denmark, Amazon.com Belgium, Amazon.ca Canada, Amazon.uk United Kingdom, Foils United Kingdom, Liboworld.co.uk United Kingdom, Desert Card Hungary, Amazon SG Singapore, and Amazon.jp Japan. My talk is a different one. I am to tell a story about the different scattering phenomena during the transition period of classical physics and quantum physics. The title is an overview of optical scattering phenomena with emphasis on the historical backgrounds of Compton effect and Raman effect. For scattering, the phenomenon may occur. The phenomenon of scattering occurs in the case of particles and waves. In simple language, scattering means change in direction of a particle or a wave due to the interaction from another particle or a potential wave. Mine is to emphasize on scattering of optical waves. First of all, I would introduce some types of scattering. Scattering is, broadly speaking, scattering is of two types. If the kinetic energy of the particle or wave does not change during scattering process, it is called elastic scattering. If the kinetic energy changes, the scattering is called inelastic scattering. So I will come to the scattering of optical waves. First one is Mie scattering. The marker lagi ka trang. Marker lagi. I will consider scattering of electronic particles. All particles are assumed to be spherical, and particle size means diameter of this spherical shape, and wavelength means length of this wave. If the scatterer particle has a size larger than this wavelength, the scattering is called mi-scattering. In this case, all colors of light are equally are scattered with equal probability. This can explain the white color of cloud. Next, if the size of the particle is much smaller, about 6% of the wavelength, then the scattering is called relic scattering. Blue color of the sky is due to relic scattering. In this case, amount of scattered wave is approximately proportional to 1/4 power of wavelength. So this is prominent in the case of shorter wavelength range, that is blue and indigo. When combined, we see the blue color of the sky. Next one is Tyndall scattering. This is scattering of waves by colloidal particles or fine suspension. And this can explain the white color of milk. All these are classical phenomena. Next one is Thomson scattering. This is scattering of low energy light by free charge particles. And this can explain the solar K corona. Next, Compton scattering.